Human beings. I try to give others the benefit of the doubt in most situations. If someone's acting like a troll, I trust that they have a reason for it. If someone is rude and snaps out at our team, I hope that he's simply venting his frustration from some other problem he's experiencing. I'd like to think that with the right attitude, you can always turn a troll or a toxic player back into a good teammate who helps you win the game. I'd like to think that, but we all know it's not true. Sometimes you get a troll, and when you do, if your number one priority is winning the game, don't forget to ignore him, as in, use the ignore button. A lot of people hesitate to ignore their teammates for various reasons, and it's a really goofy thing to not do. If you have a player who isn't going to say anything positive to contribute to the team, just ignore him. There's no good reason not to. It only increases your chances of winning. If you can't see what your toxic teammate is saying, then he can't throw you on tilt with his verbal abuse. It will be easier for you to stay focused and play well, if everyone ignores the toxic player, he'll shut up and calm down pretty quickly. A good number of people, myself included, feel the need to defend themselves from slanderous comments hurled at them about their play. To those of you who are like me and you do this, don't. I understand the deep desire to defend your honor, as it were, but you just flat out shouldn't. That troll doesn't deserve to know how good of a player you actually are, and you shouldn't let him egg you on. He's doing that to try and get a reaction out of you, and you shouldn't be giving him the satisfaction. Others defend themselves due to a fear of the tribunal. They think it would look suspicious to someone going through the tribunal to see them not say a word to this teammate of theirs, and that they're afraid of being reported for refusing to communicate. I understand this fear myself. I'm always scared that someone will report me unjustly and it will follow with an unjust ban. But please know that this just won't happen. The tribunal is a very complex system that works. It filters out a huge number of actually toxic players, while only a few are banned unfairly. Keep in mind the reason it looks so broken sometimes is because it has like a 99% success rate or something. There actually are a small percentage of players who get unjustly banned, and then they often recognize that they were banned unjustly and they bring it up on the forums. When this happens, you see 10 or so people who shouldn't have been banned without getting to see the hundreds of thousands who were justly banned. This often gives you a fear that the tribunal will ban you unfairly too, because you're not able to see the whole picture. It won't. Ignoring someone who's harassing you won't get you banned, and most of the time, ignoring someone won't even end up with you being reported anyway. Here's a good example. This is the chat log of a game I recently played. I ignored my team fairly early on once it became clear that they weren't actually going to be using the chat for much else other than insults. Because I ignore them, it's like they ignore me. They all yell at each other saying, report this guy, report that guy, but they never say report Jimbay. If you just ignore your team, then not only will you not be thrown off by their stupid comments or insults, but you'll also actually be increasing the chance that they don't pay any attention to you. And in the end, no matter how mad they are, 99 times out of 100, you won't be reported because of it. Finally, don't announce that you're ignoring someone. That just makes you look just as bad as the troll himself. When you do that, you're suggesting that you're a better, more worthwhile human being. It's like you're saying that they should feel sorry that they no longer get to have the attention of such a pristine person. If you say, alright, I'm ignoring you now, then you'll just be tempting them to troll even harder. And they may go from just a negative attitude or verbal abuse to something you can still see even after you ignore them, like intentional feeding. Sometimes you don't worry about fixing people's attitudes or making the community a better place. Sometimes you just want to win a game and gain some elo, and for those times, don't forget to ignore